Police on Grand Bahama investigating a shooting incident that has left a man dead. That story coming up in the Bahamas tonight. Claims of spying by the U.S. government on Bahamian territory is continuing to be investigated. Find out more? Stay tuned.
The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Rule. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, police on Grand Bahama investigating an apparent homicide that occurred just before midnight on Sunday. This latest incident pushes the island's murder count to 8 for the year. Sabrina Brown has our top story.
A commercial plaza on East Atlantic Drive was the scene of a deadly shooting incident late Sunday night. According to police press officer Inspector Terecita Pinder, the victim was gunned down on the outside of a business establishment.
Officers responded, and upon arrival they met a male with multiple gunshots about the body, who was later transported to the accident emergency section of the Ram Memorial Hospital via ambulance, and who later succumbed to his injuries.
Unconfirmed reports say the victim is Charles Miller, also known as Yellow. Ironically, he is the third shooting victim to carry that alias in recent time. Inspector Pinder says information is still sketchy and police have very little to go on at this time. Any leads into this incident?
Not as far as we know, but the police are aggressively investigating. Hopefully someone will come forward and give us the lead that we need in this matter.
Now, police are also concerned about people showing up to crime scenes, taking photos, and uploading them to social media sites.
We are appealing to the general public, please refrain from doing this. You may not realize it, but this sometimes hinders us in our investigations, and it sometimes you aid the perpetrators instead of aiding the police. So we're asking persons, if you do have videos or may have seen something at the incident, to contact the police instead of posting these various matters on the social media.
Police are appealing to anyone with information that can assist with this investigation to come forward. Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Now, as police continue their probe into the island's latest homicide, authorities are also investigating an apparent drowning incident that occurred in the 8 Mile Rock community on Sunday afternoon. The drowning victim is said to be 57-year-old William Green of 8 Mile Rock. We also spoke with police press liaison officer Inspector Terecita Pinder about this incident.
Police received information that on Sunday, the 25th of May, 2014, around midday, a male, one in the Jonestown area, was diving. Apparently he went diving and he never resurfaced. A short time later, persons in the Jonestown area retrieved the body some 300 feet from shore. EMS responded and he was pronounced dead at the scene.
Now, Inspector Pinder is also concerned about the safety of residents when diving.
On the whole, we love to go diving, and we are appealing that when you do dive, and if you're not feeling well that day, you might have a slight headache, something may be out of the not of the normal way with you, we appeal to you not to go diving. Refrain from diving, and if you're going to dive, go with other persons there with you who could assist you if you find yourself in problems.
Another deadly incident at sea, this time in the Bimini area, that has left an American woman dead. Police say the incident occurred shortly after 10 o'clock last night when a boat reportedly left South Bimini with a number of passengers on board and crashed into Turtle Rock, that's off South Bimini. A 26-year-old female passenger was reportedly ejected into the water. She was located a short time later and was taken to the Allentown Clinic where she was pronounced dead. Investigations are continuing. And a car crash over in Abaca has claimed the life of a teenager. Reports are that shortly after 11 p.m. on Saturday, the 16-year-old was driving a blue 2006 Hyundai Sonata west on Shell Road in Murphytown when he apparently lost control of the vehicle and crashed into a large boulder. He succumbed to his injuries at the scene. Reports say the victim is Giovanni Knowles, an 11th grader of the Abaco Central High School. Police are also investigating this matter, and they are appealing to the general public to slow down and adhere to the required speed limit on the streets and to buckle up. Police recovering 4 illegal firearms on Grand Bahama over the weekend. Reports say around 6:40 Friday evening, officers acting on information went to an area in South Bahamian to a building under construction and conducted a search where they discovered a .38 Smith & Wesson revolver with 10.38 hollow tip ammunition, a .40 pistol with a clip, a chrome with Smith & Wesson .9mm pistol with one clip containing 5.99mm ammunition, and a .32 pistol with one clip containing 6 rounds of ammunition. No one was arrested in that matter. Grand Bahama is one of several islands of the Bahamas getting some media attention from world-renowned Alert Diver magazine. A team of esteemed professional photographers and videographers are here to capture the activities over the next 5 days. Now, the Ministry of Tourism, the Grand Bahama Island Tourism Board, and the Bahamas Dive Association are joint sponsors of the week-long event. Sabrina Brown reports.
The underwater beauty of the Bahamas will be captured on camera and shown throughout the world in countries like North and South America, Europe, Australia, Indonesia, and Brazil. 7 world-famous photographers and videographers are in the Bahamas, covering 10 islands as part of Alert Diver magazine's Bahamas Underwater Photo Week. Grand Bahama is one of the featured islands. Publisher of Alert Diver magazine, Stephen Frink.
Alert Diver is a magazine that has 250,000 members, and Alert Diver is a member benefit. So it is our job to tell a story of a destination that's meaningful. We want our people to go on the road, to have fun, to be safe, happy divers, and I know the Bahamas is a perfect place for them. So it is our job to tell the story, to make our members aware of how special your destination is.
Tourism's general manager on Grand Bahama, Betty Bethel, says diving is a major component in the tourism industry.
Diving represents a countrywide economic impact of some $333 million annually. And the entire diving community services over 116,000 divers annually, with about 30 dive members spread out over 10 Bahamian islands. Diving generates approximately 1,500 people directly and indirectly employed within the dive industry in the Bahamas.
Chairman of the Grand Bahama Island Tourism Board, Russell Miller, believes this opportunity is priceless and a great marketing tool for Grand Bahama.
We would like to encourage that you continue to give Grand Bahama exposure and help us in our responsibility of marketing and promoting Grand Bahama as a destination, not only for diving but for tourists to visit and frequent. We are delighted to have this opportunity. Our hotels welcome you and your members to come and stay with us and see everything that Grand Bahama has to offer.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues right after this.
Bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. President of the Bahamas Union of Teachers, Belinda Wilson, says she is disturbed by the recent proposal presented by a select committee in the House of Assembly for the consideration of an increase in salary for members of Parliament and the construction of a new Parliament building. She says while she does not object to these proposals, she believes the timing is wrong.
What really upsets me is that we have hundreds of teachers who are waiting for millions of dollars to be paid to them. Not new money, but monies that they would have already worked for their salaries, and they've not been able to be paid over some 10, 9, 8, 7 years.
Now, the union leader says because of the unstable economic situation in the country, greater focus should be placed on helping those in need.
We are saying pay the teachers their monies. Pay the other persons in the public service who are working every day and they're unpaid. Pay them. Make sure that persons who are not working, who are unemployed, let's see how we can use and increase finances to assist them. The social services lines are long. What are we doing to help to get those people on the job and working? So I think that the members of parliament should defer. They should wait because they are servants of the people.
Now, the select committee was made up of members of both the governing party and the opposition, including Member of Parliament for Central Grand Bahama Nico Grant, who has defended that report. He told the media that MPs have not gotten an increase in 25 years. Deputy Prime Minister Philip Davis has also commented to the media on the call for a review of MP salaries. He is quoted as saying that parliamentarians should receive an increase as this could curtail the temptation of doing things that are not right. Now, it is understood that the recommendations for a review are just that, recommendations that will have to be approved. In other news, students who are college-bound assembling for an important information session today at the Sir Charles Hayward Library. The event brought together officials from the U.S. Embassy, the local passport office, as well as university graduates who shared their experiences and offered tips to the students on how to successfully navigate college life. Geneva Rutherford coordinated the session.
How they must not align themselves with persons who are less than ethical, because you can end up in being invited out of the country, and once that happens, that's on your record for the rest of the time. They also understood the importance of time management when you get into college, what you must do. And you know, if you have a natural tendency to procrastinate, that just doesn't work. And if you don't have mommy and daddy now to tell you to get up, to get going. If you have a 7:45 a.m. class, you're expected to be there. Otherwise, you're wasting your parents' funds.
Now, Rutherford says it is important for students to realize that expectations are different when it comes to college life. She says the issue of trust is one that students must take seriously.
Roommates, that is always an experience that you can never know what it's going to be until you're in it. But being able to know how to work through it if it doesn't fit you. But more importantly, the first level of freedom that a young person feels getting away from home, misinterpreting that and thinking it allows you to do whatever you wish. This seminar this morning was to help you to understand it don't work like that. You're not free. The only freedom you have is to slave away at your grades and do everything as is required. And keep in mind that any little misstep can get you put out of the country.
Stay with us. Megan Shepard has a check on sports when we come back.
Welcome to sports. This one goes out to our very own Ricardo Lightborn, who made us so proud over the weekend at the IAAF. Now, the IAAF World Relays Bahamas 2014 was 2 days of exciting track and field at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. 3 world records set in this year's relays. The women 4x1500 meter relay by Kenya, 16 minutes, 3.58 seconds. The Kenyan men set the mark at 14 minutes, 22.22 seconds. Jamaica broke the record in the men's 2x200 meter relay, posting a time of 1 minute, 18.63 seconds. In the men 4x400 meter relay, Team Bahamas settled for the silver in 2 minutes, 57.59 seconds, and the gold to Team USA in 2 minutes, 57.25 seconds. And if you've not heard us yet, 37 national records were set in the World Relays at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium, the fastest track in the world. The second annual Shining Stars basketball camp ready to kick off in a matter of weeks. Boys and girls not only get training in the sport, but a main focus on teamwork. The week-long basketball camp tips off on June 23rd, catering to students in grades 4 through 9. Camp Director Buster Laing says this year they're incorporating a new component of basketball Bible trivia. He says while students will be able to learn the sport of basketball, they will have 4 key highlights throughout the camp, focusing on teamwork and fair play.
1. You will not hear coaches shouting at little Tony for missing a free throw. Secondly, you will not see teammates walking away from little Susie because she made an errant pass. Thirdly, you will not hear the word hog being mentioned in basketball, the young kid who shoots all the shots and doesn't give it to his friend. We'll teach players how to put others before themselves, because teamwork, fair play, unselfishness are at the heart of what we are trying to accomplish this week. And finally, you will see winning teams not jeering or teasing losing teams.
Fenric Russell of Public Relations is inviting all young people to take part in this exciting and developmental camp. Play happens at the St. George's Gym, and Russell says you want to sign up early.
During this week-long camp, the campus will learn drills and techniques and compete while having fun, learning the fundamentals of basketball in a Christian environment. Why do this camp? We realize that there's much more to life than just basketball. We also are trying our endeavor best to shape them, do our best to shape the whole man as instead of just trying to give them a good basketball future.
Pastor Elvis Burrows giving his full support to the camp, encouraging parents to take advantage of the camp, which will be ran by Christian camp directors. He says it will be a great environment that will bring back discipline, Christian values, and team building skills.
As we know, many parents are confronted and challenged as to where they could send their children during the holidays. And I want to appeal to parents out there. Here is a program that you can feel comfortable sending your child or your children, boys and girls, knowing that they would be well taken care of, well catered to, well ministered to, and well trained in a program that not only provides a physical health, but also spiritual health.
Registration is being held at the YMCA Family Center. The Abaco Softball Association on the diamond on the weekend. The Diamond Dolls closed out the major paying 19-zip in ladies play. Kim Rowe posted a 3-for-4 and 6 RBI appearance. Rhonda Penn Eldon gave up 3 hits and struck out 8 batters in the win. The loss to Chelsea Russell. The Simple Solution defeated the DNR Sluggers 16-6 in men's play. Ernie Pitchard Jr. was 4-for-4, belted a home run, a single, and 2 doubles. Josh Rowe went the distance, striking out 9 batters. The loss to Thomas Blanks Kelly. The Hopetown Wreckers blasted DNR Sluggers 12-15. Denzel Pinder posted a 2-for-3 game and went yard. Adrian Biff Hanschel issued the win, striking out 8 batters. The loss to Blanks Thomas Kelly. The Grand Bahama Amateur Softball Association weekend slow pitch play at the Plex. The Kelly's Pacesetters defeated the Portside Staffers 12-7 in co-ed clash. Keo Pinder picked up the win. The loss to Melvin Lightbourne. The Pats uniforms Reds outslugged the Pelican Bay Barracudas 91. The win to Lyndon Richardson. Brian Davis the loss. The Coopers Destroyers can the GB Port Regulators 14-4. The win to Robert Cooper. Stefano Bevins issued the loss. The Pats uniforms Reds held off the West End Marlins 8-7 in men's play. Lyndon Richardson issued the win and the loss to Kingsley Smith. Also in men's play, the Express Food Mart clipped the Tennessee Lutherans 9-5. Jermaine Scavallo went the distance. Leon Cooper Sr. tagged with the loss. The Bahamas Darts Federation sending a strong team to the 20th Caribbean Cup and 7th World Darts Federation Cups in Tampa Bay, Florida. That's July 12th to the 20th, hosted by the American Darts Association. And that's going to do it for sports tonight.